My dear friends, I have presently given a halt to the daily teaching of grammar. This is because it has struck to me that in our day-to-day usage of English, we commit minor mistakes that spoil the grace of the English language either in the written form or in the spoken form. Now I am going to deal with the written aspect of English. There are many students and even the grown-up learners who knowingly or unknowingly follow certain wrong methods while they write in English. For this, I have introduced a new topic, that is, let us change. That means when we write or speak in English, there are certain mistakes, and those mistakes are to be corrected by we people only. The first thing I want to focus is about the unnecessary usage of commas while writing formal or informal letters. Even though the mistake is a very trivial one, it can award us minus point when we write letters in the exam hall for competitive school and college exams. There may be a question for writing a letter. When we have submitted the answer book goes for evaluation. The examiner who values our answer written letter, he may try to find out what are the mistakes in it, and because of those mistakes he may penalize you by deducting a part of your marks. So let us try to avoid such mistakes. We shall now discuss 2 or 3 spots where we unnecessarily insert the commas. For this, let us preview the format of a letter. Let us now analyze the format of a formal letter. In this format, we are going to commit, or we might have noticed that certain students have committed 1, 2, or 3 mistakes. The first part which I want to highlight is the sentence address area. Here I have written from, and after this I have added a comma here. Is it necessary to add a comma after the word from? According to the grammatical rules, the word from is only a single word. Now, what is the rule of using commas? When we write long sentences, a part of the sentence which forms a segment of meaning is to be separated from the main sentence, and so when the segment ends, we are inserting a comma there. Secondly, suppose we want to write the names of 3 people on a sheet of paper, then we have to insert a comma between the first 2 names, and after that we have to write and add the third name. That is the rule. According to this rule, we need not insert a comma here. Suppose we insert a comma here, this will be calculated as a wrong format and we will be punished for it. Therefore, this particular area which occupies 1 or 2 marks, we may get a less amount of marks in this area because of this comma. So, don't add a comma here when we write the letters. Secondly, let us come to the recipient's name, designation and address. That is the person who is going to receive the letter. His official address is to be written. And before that, on the top, we have to write to. Generally, most of the students add a comma here. Now, to is written without a comma. This is the correct form. When we add to, we are committing a mistake, and that mistake goes against the format of a formal letter or informal letter. So our attention should be that we write to only. Again I want to emphasize on the point that to is only a single word. There is not one more word because of which we have to add a comma. It is not a sentence, therefore we need not put a full stop, and because of that, if we correct these two areas. First one is comma here. Please delete if you have the habit of using comma here. Please don't use and repeat such irregular habits. And here most students add a comma, that is against the rule, therefore we have to delete. The third area which I want to emphasize is by the last part of the letter, which is called as a conclusion part, we normally write yours sincerely, yours obediently, yours faithfully, etc. Some of the students, what they do is that they insert a comma, they insert an apostrophe above the letter R before the letter S. It is very customary on the part of the students that they add a comma here, and then only they understand, is it by mistake or is it a habitual habit, we don't know. But adding an apostrophe here, adding a comma here is going to invite minus marks for us. So these are the three areas where we have to be very careful while writing this kinds of articles or letters. Now let us see yours. There is a speciality for this word, so let us also analyze it in order to understand the full meaning of what I was going to, what I am narrating. See, the part which I was emphasizing is this part where it is written as yours. Now all of us must understand that there are 8 personal pronouns. When we use these 8 personal pronouns, we use the 3 different forms of those pronouns in sentences. When we use I, it is considered to be the subject form, and when we use me, it is the object form, and when we say my or mine, it is the possessive form, and possessive form is used to indicate ownership of a person with regard to some item. Now let us come to yours. In any of the possessive cases, for example, yours, there is no apostrophe, there is no comma on the letter R. Therefore, we should understand that yours without a comma is considered to be the possessive form, and therefore when we write letters and when we conclude them, we have to write yours sincerely or yours faithfully. In that case, we should never put a comma on the letter R. Now, let us consider some nouns. For example, a boy, it is a noun. It is, when it is used, a boy is written as a subject. Again, when it comes to the object's position, there is no change. Again, the same word is repeated. But when it comes to the possessive form, we add apostrophe s to a singular number and only apostrophe for a plural number. That means if it is a noun, we have to add the apostrophe or apostrophe s. See the singular name, it is written David, and when we have to say the house of David, then we have to write David's house. When we want to say boy's companion, if it is only a one boy, then we have to insert apostrophe s and we have to say boy's companion. And if there are more than 2 boys, then we have to insert only apostrophe and we can say boy's companion, boy's hostel, boy's playground, etc., etc. So let us conclude it. Now I have taken all the 3 parts together and I am telling you that the summary of what we have been going on attempting is that let us see the first part, that means from. After from, we should not insert a comma. If we insert a comma, it will be marked as wrong. That means we have to take out the comma. Second part, let us come to this area, which is the receiver's area. To the editor, when we write, we usually put a comma here, and this is considered to be wrong format. Now let us come to the last area, yours sincerely. Here we have added an apostrophe. This apostrophe is not needed because it is incorrect as far as the rules of grammar are concerned. Now what we have to do is that we have to write it in the correct form. So let us delete the comma here from here, then it will be marked as correct. Let us do the same thing here also, then we will consider it to be the right way of writing. Let us remove this apostrophe from here, then we will be given our full marks. Suppose this particular area carries 1 mark. If there is a comma, we will lose the 1 mark. If there is no comma, it is correct. And second part, 2, it should be written without a comma. And third, yours, it should not be with an apostrophe. When we follow these rules, we will get the 3 marks which are separately assigned to each of these parts, and we will get the full marks for what we have attempted. Thank you.